Okay. This one, I just thought, okay. Am I the asshole for being mad my boyfriend won't make noodles the way I like?
Okay.
Okay, this sounds dumb, but hear me out. I have always been a picky eater, especially when it comes to tomatoes. Ever since I was a kid, my dad would make my spaghetti different from the rest of the house. I like having an essence of the sauce flavor on their noodles, but not the overpowering flavor heavy noodles bathed in sauce creates. So here's where it gets a bit odd. My dad would separate my spaghetti from the family's after putting the sauce on, and then would rinse the sauce off with the sink and strainer. I love noodles like this as it is a nice subtle tomato vibe given to the mild spaghetti. My 20 boyfriend, 26, has known about this since we first started dating. Already that age difference seems...
What's the difference?
20 and 26.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't sound that far apart, but I feel like in your 20s, 20 is really young.
That's a big difference.
And 26 is actually
20s. Yeah.
pretty mature. Okay. He always told me my food habits were cute. We have been dating for almost 3 years now. And moved in together at the beginning of the pandemic so we could be in lockdown together.
Did we just discover a crime?
26 minus 3 is, 23. 20 minus 3 is
17.
Okay. Ever since we moved in together, he insisted on taking charge of cooking and all cooking-related tasks. There's lots of red flags going on here with both of these people.
Oh, yeah.
Dishes, grocery shopping, etc. And he assigned me to the role of cleaning the bulk of the apartment. We split other tasks pretty much 50-50 too. Everything was perfect, and he always seemed to be making noodles the way I liked them when we had them. This was until last week when we last had spaghetti. We ate, and everything was good, but afterwards he started teasing me, saying things like, you really like your pasta with an essence of tomato, and how was your tomato essence, babe? Always using finger quotes around the word essence. After a few comments, I felt something was off and asked him if he had done anything differently with tonight's noodles, and he usually does, and he started laughing. When he finally stopped laughing, he told me the whole truth while smirking. He said, I didn't do anything different than I usually do. I have never been making it the way you have requested. Apparently, the entire time we've been living together, he's just been skipping the pasta sauce on my noodles entirely. He claimed that if I didn't notice for this long, then it shouldn't matter that he is making dinner in a way that is easier for him. I disagree entirely. I think the line was a huge breach of trust, and so was the refusal to make dinner how I wanted. I have admittedly been acting passive-aggressively to him since, but he thinks he did nothing wrong, that I'm overreacting, and that I need to let it go. Am I the asshole? Edit, my boyfriend found the post and is not happy. I'm debating pouring the sauce directly down the drain to spite him. Edit 2, a lot has happened since the morning. Y'all may be happy to hear we broke up. We had a huge blow-up fight since he found the post, which led to me breaking up with him.
Wait a minute.
He did not like being called a predator. And I started to think y'all had a point about that, so I ended up breaking up with him. He attempted to plead with me a bit. My parents pay our rent, so he can't afford the place without me, but I wouldn't budge. Should I read even more edits?
My God.
Now some things I found out in the argument. This is why I almost don't think this is real. First, he's not a pharmacist like he always told me. He just works at CVS. How could you not know that after dating for years? Second, he has actually cheated on me multiple times with other girls that go to my college. And lastly, and worst of all, he has never actually been allergic to dogs and just doesn't like them. Lots of red flags here. I do think she's crazy for having pasta this way.
Let's start with the pasta.
Yeah,
there's so much here. The pasta thing, look, here's how you make spaghetti. You make the noodles, and then you make the sauce. And then if you've got some kind of crazy procedure that needs to go on after that, then that's on you. Okay?
Yes.
I'm not doing that. I'll make you spaghetti, but but you pour your own sauce on it.
Because everybody likes a different amount of sauce.
Yes.
Yeah. And I watch
2 dishes, mix it how you like.
And honestly, she doesn't have to rinse them. She could literally just use a teaspoon of sauce and mix it up.
And just
and not
scramble it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I do think that's crazy.
Just stupid.
I also do wonder if her dad who fixed her pasta this way was maybe also just doing that, giving her plain pasta this whole time.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to rinse it off after.
It feels a little wasteful. I know it wouldn't be like a ton of sauce, but
it's also cold then. Like, I mean,
unless you're using hot water, you don't want to have hot water through the water.
All of this is bad. The whole food thing is bad. But then there's all these additional pieces of information that show up later
Yes.
Like, okay, first of all, my instinct is anytime there's a 20-year-old couple together, they're gonna fight over stupid shit because they're still children, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 26, you know, but they've been together 3 years. They're still at the same mindset that they were, and you know, so yeah, they're gonna break up. They're gonna break up over stupid shit. That's just what happens to 20-year-olds.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no fixing that.
No, I like 3 years together. That's nuts. And yes, he was too old to be dating a teenager when they met. Whenever a 20-year-old is dating an 18 or 19-year-old, I'm like, no.
Maybe it's from Georgia. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. It doesn't say where they are. I hate to say it. I had just watched the SNL skit where the dad chews up the food for the kid and then spits it in the kid's mouth, and I don't even mean they're adults in the. So that's what I was thinking when the dad was preparing spaghetti.
Oh, you thought that's where it was going?
Yeah. Well, no, I read the whole thing and just that's what I was picturing. Yes.
Okay.
So I think it's good they broke up. I think they're both a little crazy, and they both need to grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's so dramatic.
Find out how you like pasta. Maybe try different flavors. You don't have to use sauce.
Yeah, just grow up.
Use butter and cheese. Use pesto. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not interested in solving the little problems. I like solving the big problems. Like just a slap across the face and say, grow up. That's how I would solve all this shit.